Hello, my dear children. Today we will discuss the different states of matter. We know that matter around us exists in three different states: solid, liquid, and gas. Observe the different types of matter around you. These states of matter arises due to the variation in the characteristics of particles of matter. Now, let us study the properties of each matter in detail, that is solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. First state is the solid state. In our daily life, we see many things. Observe a pen, a book, a needle, wooden sticks, etc. Do all these have a definite shape, distinct boundaries, and fixed volume? What happens if they are hammered? Try to compress them by applying force. Are we able to compress them? We can see that all these have a definite shape, distinct boundaries, and fixed volumes. Solids are hard. They have definite shape. Solids may break under force, but it is difficult to change their shape. That is, they are rigid. Okay, now let's see some other examples. Think about a rubber band. What about a rubber band? Can it change its shape on stretching? Is it a solid? Yes, a rubber band changes its shape under force and regains the same shape when the force is removed. If excessive force is applied, it breaks. Next example. Sugar and salt normally be kept in a jar which take the shape of the jar. Are they solid? Here, the shape of each individual salt or sugar crystals remains fixed. Whether we keep it in our hand or in a jar, it remains the same always. That means they have fixed shape. Another example. All of you have seen sponge. A sponge is a solid, yet we are able to compress it. Why? A sponge has minute holes in which air is trapped in it. When we press it, the air expelled out and we are able to compress it. And this property we call it as compressibility. Sponge is a solid, and because of the holes present in it, it traps the air, and when we press it, it expels. So, we learned that solids have definite shape, distinct boundaries, and fixed volumes. Solids may break under force, but it is difficult to change their shape. They are rigid. Now, let's see the position of particles in solid state. In solid state, particles are closely or tightly packed. The force of attraction between the particles are very high. In this you can see that the position of the particles. They are arranged together and the movement between the particles are very less. So as we know that particles, it combines together to form a material. Here the particles are closely packed. The force of attraction between the particles are very high, and the movement of the particles are very less comparing with the other states of matter. Next is the liquid state. Now think about water, milk, juice, and any of your favorite cold drink. These are liquids, right? Now put a 50 ml of water in a bottle and observe the shape. Does the shape of the liquid contain same? What about their volume? No. That is, liquids have no fixed shape but have a fixed volume. They take up the shape of a container in which they are kept. Liquids flow and change shape. So they are not rigid but can be called fluid. Some solids dissolve in liquid. Example, salt in water. Some liquids dissolve in another liquid. Example, alcohol in water. Even gaseous substance also dissolves in liquid. Example, oxygen dissolved in water used by aquatic plants and animals for breathing. So, we can understand that liquids have no fixed shape but have fixed volume. They take up the shape of the container in which they are kept. Liquids flow and change shape, so they are not rigid. The rate of diffusion of liquid is higher than that of solid. This is due to the fact that in the liquid state, particles move freely and have a greater space between them. Now, let's see the position of particles in liquid state. Here, the particles are loosely packed. The force of attraction between the particles are very less and the movement of particles are high. When we compare this with solid state, here the particles are able to move freely and the force of attraction between the particles are very less comparing with that of solid. The gaseous state. You all know the example for gaseous substances. I will explain the property of this state with an activity. Take 300 ml syringes and close their noses by rubber corks. Leaving one syringe untouched, fill water in the second and chalk pieces in the third. Then try to compress the content by pushing the piston in each syringe. What do you observe? In which case was the piston easily pushed in? Here, this is the property of gaseous substance, that they are compressible. The property is compressibility. We can easily compress them because the particles movement is high in gaseous substances comparing with that of liquids and solids. So here the movement is, it moves with a random speed. This is another example to show compressibility. When we open these bottles, we can hear a sound, right? That is because the gaseous substances which is dissolved and compressed in it. When we open the bottles, we hear the sound indicating the movement of gaseous particles with a random speed. So, we can conclude that in gaseous state, the particles are loosely packed. The force of attraction between the particles are very less when we compare it with that of liquids and solids. And the movement of particles are high. They move with a random speed. Let's summarize what we learned today. We mainly learned three states of matter: solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. The force of attraction between the particles and the position of the particles, that's what we focused mainly. The position and attraction between the particles are entirely different in these three states of matter.